Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. Here we are waiting for you. Looks like we're having a little connection problems, but there you go. So if you're new, welcome to Cindy's Kitchen, where we make quick, easy, and yummy homemade food, or sometimes semi-homemade food. You just never know. If you're new, welcome. We are so glad you're here. And if you are looking for past episodes or recipes, I direct you to our YouTube channel, also conveniently called Cindy's Kitchen. If you are watching the replay, if you're not live with us, please say hello. Do hashtag replay, so at least we know you're here and we can say hello back to you. Are you ready? We're gonna start off with chicken stock, okay? Good morning, Heather. Okay. This is 32 ounces of chicken stock, chicken broth. You can use veggie. If you have homemade, use that. You know, I should have because I did that Instapot chicken, but I do not. So there you go. All right, so I'm putting in 32 ounces of that. And then I'm going to do an equal amount, although I'm not measuring, but you know, there you go, of water. You like my carafe? This is my carafe. It's Crimson Bell. If you are a Polish pottery person, today on More Polish Pottery, their Facebook post, she has all of her carafes out. So there you go. Anyway, so I'm going to put in enough water, a whole carafe full. I don't know how much it holds. There you go. And I'm going to bring this to a boil. So I'm going to put this on the stove. And we're going to bring that to a boil. Now, because I've used the chicken stock, I'm not going to put salt in there. I don't need to put salt in there because we're going to have enough salt from the chicken stock. Unless you've got no salt added, then Essenhaus noodles. Thank you. Yes, that is what they're called. Essenhaus. There you go. All right. So we've used our chicken stock, almost really half chicken stock, half water, but just enough so that we can boil our noodles. We're going to bring that to a boil before we put our frozen egg noodles in there. Okay, so that's why we're bringing that to a boil. Hold on one sec. Let me just put this on. Boil. All right, now we have to prepare our vegetables. Remember, I use the same veggies starting out with my Mirepoix on every soup. All right, so we start with an onion. I am a yellow onion person. If you're a white onion person, that's fine. In Texas, we have things called 1015s, and 1015 onions come from the Texas Valley, and they tend to be sweeter. This is not. It's just a regular old yellow onion. Here's my new knife. If you haven't seen it yet, is that the coolest ever? Do I deliver? Heather just, I think, took her first flight with her young child, and I think it was quite an adventure. Traveling alone. Any of you who have traveled alone with a small child probably know that that can be fraught with terror. And I think Heather was very grateful that she had a little angel, a lady that was really good with her son. So that was nice. Heather, you're becoming an empty nester this weekend. Oh, that is emotional. Joanne is Polish and from Michigan. Okay, my background is German. Well, it's German and Prussian. There you go. On one side, and then on the other side, Cherokee Indian. Isn't that a weird Cherokee Indian? German. I don't know. All right, so we're just gonna slice up our onions. You can do as small or as large as you want. Now, here's the deal. We've had this conversation before, and I don't necessarily need you to do it exactly the way I do it, because I want this soup to be something you like and something that you eat. My children, you know how I chop everything up small because I like the perfect bite? Well, when it comes to soup, one of my children likes a hearty vegetable soup where there's stuff to eat, right? There's big pieces. The other one does not care for that, right? Philip doesn't care one way or another. He eats whatever I prepare, and that's one of the reasons I love him so much. The Pierogi Festival, oh my gosh, I am so jealous, so jealous. Plainfield, Illinois, Polish. I'm from Sandwich, Illinois, and a little bit of everything, mostly Norwegian. I know, I think I'm more a Heinz 57. Okay, so because I want to make sure that the little one, she's taller than I am. She's 18 and she's about to leave for college. So I'm about to become an empty nester too. We have less than 30 days to go before Cassie goes off into the wild blue yonder. Okay, so we have 1 onion cut up. Now we need our celery, right? 1 stalk is usually enough to use. You know, a lot of people don't use this top part, and I cut up the bottom part. It's already been kind of washed anyway. I like the leaves, and quite frankly, it doesn't bother me at all. Now, that being said, I still want everything in kind of chunks. I mean, you know, small pieces. So I'm gonna cut, look, la 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 la, and then I'll dice down, okay? Anyway, so I want the little one to eat it. German, Irish, English. League of Nations. I know we do, don't we? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut everything in smaller pieces. And then once everything is sauteed, that's when I'm going to put my immersion blender in there and puree it even further. So it's gonna be a very small soup. So I don't know if you can see, but see here are the leaves, and I'm chopping those up too. They taste fine, and I'm gonna puree everything anyway. But even if I wouldn't, I would leave the leaves. I like the leaves, and it's pretty. Okay, so there's that. And the last thing we're gonna need is carrot. I have to tell you, it's really funny. I'm just gonna use 1 carrot. You can use as many carrots as you want, especially if you're doing big chunks. I'm just chopping off both ends. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it in half just because it's harder with my hands. Celery leaves are good. Good morning, Melinda. Okay, so because I'm doing tiny pieces, I'm gonna cut both I halved it. Now I'm gonna cut them in half again. And then I will cut lengthwise on all of them. And then I'll do the cross cut so that I get my tiny little dices. And like I said, when I do this, it just makes it easier. It cooks faster. Then it makes it easier to puree it. So there you go. So we'll now chop up our, always use the leaves on, yeah, good, right? Norwegian and Welsh married a Pole. Good morning. Okay, here, Yo from Adirondack Mountains, upstate New York. Here, all of you guys go into pierogi festivals. If I want pierogies, this is what I gotta deal with. This is it for me. There's no pierogi festival in Houston. It's this. There you go. I have to tell you a funny story. So last night we had date night. I know, right? Date night. And we invited the girls. Isn't that weird that the 2 teenage girls, one is 18, the other one's 21, that they wouldn't want to go out to dinner, but they didn't. I asked. So there you go. Hey, Cherie, good morning. I haven't seen your mom on yet. Anyway, there's 39 of you. That means some of you are lurking. We don't like lurkers. We're all one big family. We want to meet everybody. So if you're here and you haven't said hello yet, tell us hello. Tell us where you're from. We want you to be part of the family. Anyway, so we go out to dinner last night, and we had to end up making a reservation at Gringo's, which is weird. Gringo's is usually you just walk in. But we did, and you're supposed to stay in your car until you get a little text. We did that. And I have to tell you, I had no idea. You may not understand this if you don't live in Texas, but I had no idea how much I missed chips and salsa and an adult beverage altogether. And so we had chips and salsa and an adult beverage. It was awesome. Yeah, Heather, he came home, and now we have procedures for him to get in and out. Hey, Sandy from Colorado. There we go. We don't bite. Anyway, so we had chips and salsa, and I eat the green sauce. He eats the red sauce. And we didn't have queso. And then we both had an adult beverage. Okay, and now I need garlic. Hold on. Here's my garlic. If those of you who have not watched how to make roasted garlic, I've made it twice on this show. So you should watch how to make roasted garlic. I'm not even gonna smush this up. Look at that. So I'm using probably 4 to 6. That's a lot, right? Yeah. I'm not even gonna smash it up because it's already soft and yummy. Like, oh my gosh, you can just eat this. Look, oh. This roasted garlic, it's like candy. So good. Anyway, So you can go back and watch those episodes about the roasted garlic. Okay, we're gonna have to move, and I hate to do that to you, but moving we must. I need to chop up one more thing while we're over here, because we're at the chop up station. Remember that chicken that I did in the Instapot, and yesterday I used a whole bunch of it in the chicken salad? Okay, I'm gonna use about 2 cups of chicken, because really, it's chicken and noodles. There are vegetables in here, but you're not gonna really see them. It's just chicken and noodles. And so if you like strips, right, like shredded chicken in yours, where you can see the chicken, that's fine. Bavarian in Michigan, are you familiar with celery, root celery? Hold on. True German here, married a Bavarian, hold on. I can't see more. I can't see more, I'll have to read, Crystal, I'll have to read the rest of your post later. I'm trying to hit the see more. Oh, there it is. That's what the Krauts put in their veggie soup, or veggie soup, including the green tops. I don't think I have. I'll have to look into that. Celery root. Okay. So anyway, if you want big pieces, if you want a diced chicken, if you want strips, shredded strips, that's fine. You do it the way your family will eat it. I'm dicing it up pretty fine, because that's just me, just you. Hi from Oswego. Hey, Judy, Illinois. Melinda, oh, there's in Illinois. I make my own pierogi. Oh, Gail, so jealous. All right, are we ready to move? Let's head on over to the stove. Okay, do I have everything I need? Yes, 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 yes. Come on, are you coming? Come with me, come on. Oh, here you are. Do you see me? Hello, hello, hello. Do you get motion sickness? You got motion sickness? There we go. Mashed celery root is yummy. Huh, is it kind of like a parsnip? I wonder if it's kind of like a parsnip. Okay, can you see me? We're here. We're here. Isn't it that exciting? Look, does everybody have one of these wet ones yet? I love these. These are so fun. Okay, so we're cooking, and now we're gonna need some oil in our skillet, okay? So I'm gonna use butter. I know, you can use oil, you can use whatever you want to. I'm using my little cow. I'm gonna lift his bum. I think Joanne just got one of these. I'm not certain. I'm using 2 tablespoons of butter. Why? Because that's how much butter is left in the cow. So there you go, that's what's going in. And we're gonna turn that on. Oh, do you have that burner? I do this all the time, right? Oh, it came on. Usually that burner won't come on. Okay, look at this. Can you see my stock and water are boiling? The moo butt, I know. So we're gonna take our Reames noodles. Where are you? Oh, Judy's talking to, where am I? Oh, Judy's talking to the other Judy. All-time favorite with homemade noodles. I know, well, you know what? I did the chicken and noodles once, homemade. That was like a long hour, but I've done that before. And my kids love homemade chicken and noodles, but I make chicken and noodles, they're wide. These Reames egg noodles, to me, look more like a homemade egg noodle. All right, I turned kind of a medium high. You see how our butter's melting. We're just waiting for our pot to get a little hot and our oil to melt. Once that happens, we're gonna dump in our whole Mirepoix plus our garlic. We're putting it all in there, and we are gonna salt this, okay? So in the pot we go. Look at that. Look at that. If you were curious, this pattern with the beautiful red, white, and blue is called wildflower. I think it's just lovely. It has 1 red flower on the inside and 1 on the outside. So pretty. I have another carafe over here filled with water. This one is Bluebell. Bluebell. And in case we need to add some water over there, just in case. So I've got that. All right. We're going to give a salt, because we need salt, to draw out the flavors and the liquids and the waters from our veggies. Today I'm using Himalayan pink salt. You can use whatever salt you got. There we go. And I'm gonna give that a toss. We just wanna make sure all the vegetables have a little oil, so it's kind of like going to the beach. You wanna make sure that all of you is covered, because we don't want anybody sad that they didn't come to the party, right? Okay. So now we just have to wait until those cook down. And then we're gonna use, do you all have one of these? This is an immersion blender, okay? I've told this story before, but this is the immersion blender we got when we got married 23 years ago. And so it makes kind of a wine. There we go. Bluebell for the Texas Bluebells. Yes, there you go. It's blue bonnets though. The Texas state flower is blue bonnets. So there you go. Anyway, if you do not have an immersion blender and you want to make it the way I'm making it, you can certainly take your veggies with a little stock or water and put them in the blender and puree it that way. Just be very careful because remember, we're dealing with really hot stuff here, right? The other thing you can do is you can take them out and put them in a food processor. That's certainly okay. So those are some other options. For those of you who like chunky soup, right? So if you're thinking like something in a can that you can relate to, this would kind of be like I don't know, maybe not Campbell's. Maybe you have to go to, what's the other soups? I can't think of the other brand names of soups. But anyway, it's like a chunky noodle, right? And so you would have big pieces of carrot and big pieces, or not big, but you know, bite-sized pieces of carrot and celery and onion. And maybe you even want to add green beans or corn or something like that. You certainly can do that. And at that point, you cut them bigger. We're still going to saute them like we're doing right now. Saute process will take a little bit longer. Hello, Nell from North Carolina. Progressive. Progresso. It's Progresso. Progressive is the insurance company, isn't it? I think it's Progresso soups. Anyway, you know, those have chunky noodles. And so think about what your family will eat. On Cindy's Kitchen, this is all about giving you ideas. I never want you to think like, well, I made it this way, and so you must make it that way too. Nanner, nanner, nanner. No, none of that. Progresso. Is it salty? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to add a little pepper. Pepper for my poppycock. I don't know why I say that oh, that's garlic. I already have garlic in there. Oops. Grab the one. Wrong one. Pepper. Going to add just a little black pepper. Again, layers of seasoning. Our noodles are being seasoned, not with salt like we normally would, because normally this would be all water, and we'd need to heavily salt the water, and then we wouldn't use that. We're actually not going to drain these. There we go. Very salty. I don't think I've ever had that. I'm not a big canned soup fan. Because really, how hard? I mean, I know open a can of soup and eat it, but really making soup is not that big of a deal. So there you go. All right, so we're still sauteing this. I have a favor to ask. I consider you guys, I mean, we have to let this boil and we have to let this cook. So here's my favor. You don't have to. But like I said, I consider you guys family. Hold on. This is bugging me. There we go. I consider you guys family. And something very exciting is happening tomorrow. 2 things, actually. 5 kinds of pink salt. I did not know that. Good Lord. I'm learning something new every day. So tomorrow's a special day. Our church, my youngest daughter, and you guys have seen her, she's cooked on here. She's actually singing. She's doing the special music for the church service. And usually we have that after the sermon. That's when they usually do the offering, and then they have special music. Well, tomorrow it's my youngest daughter singing all by herself. So sad. I mean, I'm so excited for her. Anyway, so she's doing the special music. Now, we don't have live church because, you know, of everything going on. And so if you would like to watch the whole service or just try to find her, it's Windwood, WINDWOOD, just like one whole word, Windwood Presbyterian Church. Well, I can't take a video because I can't go there. It's not live. It's all recorded. And so you can watch it on YouTube. And so they do it live. They do YouTube live. And so you can watch it on there or go and look for it afterwards. Anyway, so she's singing the offertory. And then at 5 o'clock that night, tomorrow night, we're doing our senior recognition. And Cassie's one of the ones, and she'll be speaking a little bit. and that will be YouTube live as well. And so the place to look for that, again, if you go to YouTube and do a search for Windwood Presbyterian Church, then you'll find it and you can see where everything is. I just, like I said, I think of you guys as family, and I'd like you to join in when my family has something great happening to it. Okay, my veggies are soft. Oh, so pretty. So, want to take a gander? Those are my veggies. See how soft they are? Yum, yum. Okay, my veggies are soft. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Well, maybe a lot of water. There we go. I want to make sure they're totally covered, because when you use your immersion blender, you really need, I'll watch. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. The service is at 9:30. The service starts at 9:30 tomorrow, and it is a proud parent moment. I know. And then the senior recognition is at 5 o'clock. So, like I said, I think of you guys as family, and I'd love for you to join us. So, okay, so I added the water. Now I'm going to take my immersion blender. Remember, we don't have our chicken in here, just our veggies, our mirepoix, plus our garlic. What time? 9:30, Joan. 9:30. It starts at 9:30. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so, woo! Make sure you don't start it before you stick it in. Sounds bad, doesn't it? Put the blender, it needs to be immersed. So that's how much water you need in your pot. So immerse it first, and then puree. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fire off. I don't need fire. Oh, did you see that celery fly? Things are flying. So I'm gonna go back and forth motion. If I had more liquid in here, I would do a little up and down motion, but I can add some more water. Our noodles are almost done. You're probably going, yeah, I'll just go with the chunks. That looks like too much work. See how much I love my children? Because they really like it all pureed. And I guess, like I said, it could probably be easier if I just dumped it all in the blender. But, I don't know. Do you do things all the time, and then it doesn't matter if there's something new? You're like, that's not the way I've always done it, so that's not the way I'm doing it. So, maybe you're there. Okay, I think let me see. I have a few more chunks I need to get rid of. You, as a general rule, I don't get rid of all the chunks. There's still, thank you, Melinda. I really appreciate any of you that will join in. Like I said, you've met Cassie on the show, and so she's singing tomorrow, and then we're doing our graduation service. So thank you. Okay. Oh, there we go. This will tell you that Philip and I are becoming two old farts. Two old farts. I told you we had date night last night. We went to the Mexican food restaurant, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. Hold on. How will you see it best? I will do it in the purple. Let me get some of the liquid out. Okay, so you see, I'm making a mess. Hello. Okay, so that you can see. You can still see the vegetables. You can still see them. They're not pureed to the point you can't really tell they're in there. I know, I have one more thing to wash. I know. Oh, you like the chunks, and that's fine, however you like it. But you see, it's very, very small. And so that's gonna be an acceptable size for the children. I spoil them, don't I? Anyway, so this is us being old farts. Love to see my children and grands sing in church. I've been a choir member at church for so long. I know, isn't it awesome, Judy? I know, yummy. Are you Central Standard Time? Yes, Joan, Central Standard Time. That looks good too. Okay, so what we're gonna do, normally, on every soup, right? You boil your pasta, then you either drain it or you use your spider. Did you buy a spider? Do you have a spider? I don't even know where my spider went. Oh, here we go. Use your spider and you lift the noodles up and you put them in. We're not doing that. Because we cooked our Reames frozen noodles in half chicken broth and half water, that's already seasoned. I'm not dumping it. That's the base of my soup. Cindy, in my pot is half chicken, 32 ounces of chicken stock, and the rest water, boiling frozen Reames noodles, home style egg noodles. Over here is our Mirepoix. We did 2 tablespoons of butter, and we sauteed 1 onion, 1 stalk of celery, 1 carrot, and about 4 or 5 cloves of roasted garlic. All of that with some salt and pepper, sauteed it until it was soft, added enough water to cover, and then we used our immersion blender and pureed it all up. Well, I don't know if I'm an awesome mom, but I like that. Anyway, so now we have this, and now we're gonna pour this into our boiling water where our noodles are, okay? All right, let me scrape because I don't want to lose any of this flavor. I'm scraping. There we go. La, 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 la. Now, these noodles don't take that long to cook. I mean, it's just like any kind of noodle. You know how long it takes to cook. The only thing I would say, let me move this. Okay, the only thing I would say is that you want the flavors to marry. So I want this to cook together just so that everybody is in the party. We can't forget our chicken, right? It's chicken and noodle soup, basically. So here's my 2 cups that I have totally destroyed, right? That's hardly recognizable. But again, that's the way the girls like it. Be careful dumping stuff in this hot pot because, whoo, right? Once you get everything in, and again, this depends on what your soup looks like. Because I want you, you got to kind of pay attention. Once you do this, you just need to look and see how much liquid is in your pot, okay? I will, Linda, send it to Grand Rapids. I'll try. Okay, look at this. Is this not awesome? And so look at it. If you say, gosh, that needs some more water. And of course, if you're doing the big chunks, there you go. Now, we're gonna take it to the next level. This is a great level, and quite frankly, if you wanted something that looked like a homemade chicken noodle soup, this is it, right? Look, you can see the green from the celery leaves and the celery. You can see the pieces, except I'm off camera, there you go, the pieces of carrot. It looks lovely. It's lovely. And this is where you can stop. Or we can take it to one more level. Don't go anywhere. I forgot something. Running across the kitchen. Running across the kitchen. Hold on. Now I'm at the refrigerator. There we go. Come here. Oh, I gotta show you what I bought. Has anybody been to Mexico? I gotta ask. Have you been to Mexico? Look at this. This is a Mexican Coke in the bottle. Like old-timey. Like I used to drink when I was growing up. Before they had plastic. Before they had 2 liters. Look at that. Bottle. Where you have to use a bottle opener. No twisty. None of that. You gotta use a bottle opener. It's Mexican Coke. What's the difference? In Mexico, at the Coke factory in Mexico, they actually use sugar. Like real sugar. Not corn syrup like we do in the United States. Actual sugar. And so for me, this tends to be, I think it's sweeter. I don't know. It just tastes different. Anybody been to Mexico and had a Mexican Coke? I know that sounds weird. I love it. So I bought one. Oh, I bought 2. I already had one. So there you go. I don't drink a lot of Coke. All right, so we're going to the next level. You certainly can stop right here. Okay, so I'm by far a chef, more amateur cook. So probably dumb question, what's the difference between using chicken? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Chicken stock, Heather, and chicken broth are the same thing. Here's where it comes the difference, right? So a lot of times when you buy it at the store, it says chicken broth. Okay, and that's where the broth comes from. Oh, it's okay, Michelle. Mexican Coke is yummy. The stock, where we get that word, is when you're making your homemade chicken stock. So you would boil your chicken and your celery and your onion and your carrot and your garlic, and you boil it all until you cook your chicken. Once that's done, you take everything, you take your chicken out, then you strain it, right? So you take all the vegetables out, and that is your homemade chicken stock. Okay, so that's where that word came from. Stock and broth are the same thing, just coming from different places, right? So there you go. Chicken stock, chicken broth, about the same thing. I have to tell you, Michelle, oh, hey, Michelle. Still happy 50th. Michelle is still celebrating her 50th birthday. I think all month. Michelle Gelsthorpe. Oh, I mean, she's not Gelsthorpe anymore, but she'll always be Michelle Gelsthorpe to me. Thank you so much for posting that thread from all the health care workers all over the United States. That was scary. It's like every ICU nurse, like Hi, I'm from Kentucky. Our ICU, we're out of ICU beds. Hi, I'm from Florida. We have no ICU beds either. Hi, we're from Tennessee. We're overrun. And nobody's, we're not doing that on the news anymore. We ran out of ICU beds 2 weeks ago, right? We're shoving people everywhere. We're short of nurses. The doctors are exhausted. The techs, the nurses, everybody's exhausted. And quite frankly, nobody's covering it anymore. It is what it is. All right, we're taking this to the next level. Enough of my rant. Cream of chicken soup. Just a can of cream of chicken. You certainly can stop right there. That's like traditional, okay? That being said, where's my little special? I'm gonna put a can of cream of chicken soup in here. I certainly could have made my own white sauce, which was not difficult. I certainly could have added flour to my butter and made my own white sauce. I know this might make it a little more salty, but this one says 36% less sodium. So there you go, okay? Remember, I haven't really added any salt. I'm gonna have to taste it in a second. Now, if I add the cream of chicken soup, I've made it a little creamier. Now I'm gonna add, oh, this isn't even open. Here, ooh, okay. Now I'm gonna add a can, the same can that was the cream of chicken soup was in, of half and half. Half and half. You can use regular milk. You could use heavy cream, but wow, maybe half of that. But you could use regular milk. So there we go, half and half. Oh, I'm going too long. Jessica says, shut up. It's 11:45. There we go. The world is sticking their head in the sand. I know. Okay, now, this is gonna cook a little bit longer. I gotta make sure that, when you put that cream of chicken soup in there, it kind of clumps together. It's in the bottom. So now I just gotta stir this and make sure it's all, now you're gonna say, but that doesn't look like chicken noodle soup anymore. But I think it does, because now it's a creamy chicken soup. Okay, I have to taste. You know you have to taste because I can tell you right now it needs pepper and it may need salt. Okay, hold on. Oh, yum. But it does need salt. I'm just gonna use my regular, and you have to taste yourself, right? You have to figure out whether it's too salty, whether it needs more salt. Just remember, you can always put in more salt. You can't take it out, okay? So now I've added some salt and pepper, and then it'll be fine. Look at that. Yum, yum. Okay, so look, I'm gonna put it in a bowl just so you can see. I'll use the lovely bowl that matches my coffee cup. Look at this. Oh, yum. Now, I would let this cook. I would let it cook for 30 minutes. Only because, my noodles are done. My veggies are done. Everything in there is done. But I want everybody to be in there together, okay? So now I'm gonna add, oh, yum. Look at this, yum. Hold on. La 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 la. Oh, look. Look, yum. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Look at that. Can you see? Can you see? Look at the yumminess. Yum. Although it's really hard. Let me see. Do I have a spoon? I do not have a spoon. Hold on. Be right back. Sous chef, let me down. Got a firework. Okay, here we go. It's the taste test. We have to have a taste test. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Are you looking? Oh my gosh. There it is. Okay, I'm taking a bite. Hold on. The bowl is getting hot because I'm holding it and there's hot liquid in there. Okay, hold on. I want a little bit of everything. I'm trying to get the perfect bite. Okay, look. To me, that's the perfect bite. It has chicken, it has noodle, it has carrot, it has celery, it has broth. Everything is on there. Okay, ready? Oh, still hot. Okay, see, I feel warm already. I'm gonna eat this with crackers. You can make a bread, but you know what I like? I like club crackers with this. The club crackers are all buttery, sometimes Ritz crackers. That's what I do. sometimes do asparagus and cauliflower soup. I have done cauliflower soup before. I could do that again. The recipe will be on YouTube. It's usually posted by 1 o'clock every day on Cindy's Kitchen YouTube channel. Make sure, if you guys are looking for the recipes, make sure when you go on YouTube, you hit subscribe, because if you do that, you'll get a notification every time a recipe gets loaded. So there you go. That's a good thing. There you go. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. I hope you guys had a great day. I went long. I know, I went long. So sorry. But it's raining and I need some comfort. So I'm taking my comfort in you, my Facebook family. I hope you enjoy this and you have some nice, comforting, old-fashioned chicken noodle soup. We will remember that tomorrow is Sunday. Oh, look, she's got the chicken back there. Tomorrow is Sunday, so no Cindy's Kitchen. It's a day of rest. Tune in to the Wynwood Presbyterian Church site on YouTube and watch my daughter sing right after the sermon. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow from my kitchen to your kitchen. I hope it's a comforting, yummy day. See you guys on Monday.